Hi friends, my name is Sonia and how are you guys doing today? Well, I'm back with a new lesson and I hope you guys have been watching and practicing very carefully. Well, today we are going to talk about something very interesting, so you better pay close attention, alright? Let's look at a sentence that I have for you on the board today. My sentence says, I wouldn't say John disagreed with his girlfriend, but it is clear that he did not approve of her decision. It's a very lengthy sentence, so let me repeat that for you. Listen to it carefully, alright? It says, I wouldn't say John disagreed with his girlfriend, but it is clear that he did not approve of her decision. Now, if you look at this sentence, it has a verb in the past tense, which is disagreed, okay? It also has a verb in the present tense. So, does that mean that my sentence is incorrect? Or is it correct? Are there some rules to this? Do we sometimes mix up our tenses when we speak? Well, let's see how this works. I'm going to explain something to you today, which is, why do you mix the present and the past tense? So let's have a look. Now, my first rule says, thoughts can occur in the past or in the present. Before we get into this, let me make it very clear. Past tense is used to talk about something that happened. And the present tense is used to talk about the current time. So when I say thoughts can occur in the past or the present, let's go back to the sentence that I made. I said that John did not agree with his girlfriend. So here the action took place in the past. But when I am thinking about it, I can think about it either in the past or in the present. So if I want to think about this in the past, I can simply say, he did not approve of the decision. The word did indicates the past tense over here. So I'm thinking about what John did and I say, he did not approve of her decision. Now, if I want to think about this in the present, I can also say, I think he did not approve of the decision. So here, John's action of not approving happened in the past. However, when I think about it, I can either think in the past or in the present. It's as simple as that. The next rule that I have for you is, reported speech and reported thoughts have their own time. Now this sounds a little confusing. Why am I using the word reported so many times? Let's clear that confusion. Reported means when I want to talk about something that someone said. Okay, so I want to report something basically. When I say reported, I'm simply talking about something that someone said in the past. So that means that when I talk about something that someone said, alright, either I can use the time when they spoke about it. Okay, so for example, let's look at this sentence. She told me that she wanted some money. So for example, if I have a friend and she is in need of some money and this happened in the past, alright, so I can talk about it now and I can say, she told me that she wanted some money. Told is the past tense of tell and wanted is the past tense of want. Both the verbs are in the past tense. Alright, the action happened in the past and the verbs that I use are also in the past tense. Now, the next sentence I have here is, he taught me that time is precious. Okay, let me read that for you again. He taught me that time is precious. Now here, I am reporting or I am talking about something that someone taught me. However, they have told me that time is precious, which means that time will always be precious for me. So I'm talking about something that I was told. However, the time that I'm using as present is current. So here I've mixed the two tenses. But it does make sense, doesn't it? This is a very good piece of advice given to me. So that's how you can use these kind of sentences to mix the present and the past tense, and you are absolutely correct. There's nothing wrong in using these kind of sentences. So guys, in the previous section we looked at two rules. Let's look at the next two interesting rules that we have. The first one says we switch to the present for dramatic effect. Now what do I mean by this when I say dramatic effect? Now for example, if I'm telling a story to someone, obviously the story has to sound interesting. Or if I'm narrating an incident that happened with me, I'll have to make it sound really effective, alright? So let's look at this sentence. I was alone at home last night. Suddenly, I hear a loud cry from outside, and I get up from the couch to see who's outside the door. Now, when I say something like this, what I've done is I have mixed the two tenses. If you noticed, I have said I was alone at home last night, which means I'm talking about the past, correct? And then I said, suddenly I hear a loud cry from outside. Now, why do I use this word here, which is a present tense word? I use it in order to create that curiosity, to create that intensity when someone's listening to me or listening to my story. That's when we naturally tend to switch to the present for a dramatic or an interesting effect, which is correct, which is fine. You can keep doing this if you already use such kind of sentences. The next rule that we have, or the next thought that we really have here is, mistakes are made when you speak fast. Now that's pretty natural sometimes. So for example, if I say, I did not know this, but I know it now. Or if I say, I did not knew this, but I know it now. Now when I say this slowly, you notice that I've used an incorrect tense over here. What I should have really said should have been, I did not know this, but I know it now, alright? So it does happen with us sometimes, guys, when you tend to talk fast, either when you're nervous or if you're in a hurry or some other reason, you may make mistakes and you may mix or switch different tenses, which is fine. We should try and avoid this as much as we can, but it does happen sometimes. So let's look now at this sentence that we made a little while earlier. Let me read that for you again. I wouldn't say John disagreed with his girlfriend, but it is clear that he did not approve of her decision. So now I'm sure you guys have understood exactly what this sentence means and why there is a mix of two tenses, that is the past and the present tense in this sentence. These are a couple of things that you should keep in mind when you speak, and I hope now there is no more confusion of whether it was incorrect or correct. I hope you've got it all right now. Well, this brings me to the end of the lesson, and I do hope that you guys have enjoyed watching the video today. I'll be back soon with another lesson. Till then, take good care of yourself, keep practicing and keep watching. Bye-bye.